the tough questions we're asking ourselves right now. How do I adjust? How do I adapt? How do I pivot during these challenging times if I'm a marketing agency owner or a digital marketing coach or a digital marketing consultant? Hi, my name is Joe Soto, and I want to share some ideas that I have, some mindsets that can help you go from where you are right now into this uncharted territory with a lot more confidence to be able to serve people who need your help and your expertise during these tough times. So I recently wrote a blog post covering some of these ideas. I'm going to share a little more loosely, a little more openly on these ideas right now. And the first one is really, I think, the answer to overcoming fear. Fear is really an interesting thing. You know, some people say it's false evidence appearing real, and I think there's a lot of truth to that. I like the acronym Face Everything and Rise, which implies being a leader and a role model right now in these tough times. And I want you to think about fear like this. If you were standing outside your home and your home was on fire and you had children, or if you have children, you can understand this feeling, and your home was on fire, how long would it take for you to think twice about running into your home to rescue your children if it was on fire, blazing? You would just do it. Would you care or be scared of getting burned or it being too hot or smoky or the ventilation? No, you would just do it. The reason is because your focus would be entirely on your children, on other people. It's not on yourself. You don't have time to think and evaluate whether you're going to get hurt or harmed, or even if you do, you don't even care. You don't even care if you get a little burned or whatever it might be. You just want to go in and save your children. You see, and this is actually what the front lines people are doing right now. That, you know, the nurses and the doctors who are at the time of this recording fighting for all of us by serving patients who are suffering from this terrible virus. And I would encourage you to adopt the same type of mindset and philosophy for you, because right now we can't help them. They're doing an amazing job. God bless them. But if you normally serve businesses, entrepreneurs or businesses or companies that need your help, that you help in the digital landscape. I don't care if you sell Facebook advertising or SEO services, or maybe you do content marketing. I don't care. If that's normally the world you play in, then you have to focus on that world, because that's where you can be of most value right now, especially when there's so many businesses that are hurting and will suffer through this challenging time. And also so many that would rather come out this other end thriving and not just surviving, or in fact, maybe even having to close because nobody stepped up to help them or serve them during this time. So the first principle, an idea I want to share with you, is to shift your focus from yourself to focusing on others who need your expertise right now and your ideas and your help. Start asking yourself, who can I help and how can I help them? Start there. And go out there and offer up your ideas, right? I say the antidote to helplessness is helpfulness, okay? The way we feel helpless is when we focus on ourselves and we don't think there's a way out. We don't have the vision of the other side of the trees here and what the other side looks like. And so if you're helpful, you can help your clients see the other side of the forest, okay? And one of the ways you do this is through the next idea, which is you can be the leader and the coach to your market. Being a role model, that's easy to say. It's another thing to actually be one. But right now, your clients, your prospects, your community, most importantly, your family, they need your leadership. And this concept of self-leadership is where you put the onus, you put some self-responsibility on you to lead people out of the negativity that they are consuming and move them into positivity of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. This is not easy to do when you can't turn on your phone right now, your device, or watch the news without it being 100% negative. But instead, these businesses that you serve, they are going to suffer. They're going to die by the wayside. They will continue to struggle if they don't have outside expertise and help right now, and that's where you come in. Now, they can also sense whether or not you genuinely are there to serve and help Or are you just there because you're worried about your financial situation and you need new clients? I'm going to give you a way to navigate that in a minute, but being a leader means you're serving, right? And you can lead every single day, by the way, in your daily content. Some of you are like, well, how do I lead, Joe? I have clients, or I don't have clients, or maybe you have clients that are kind of on pause right now. Whatever it is, what are you doing with your daily content to show up? Are you going Facebook Live in your Facebook groups, in your Facebook pages? Are you going on LinkedIn and posting videos and sharing ideas, strategies, mindsets? Are you sharing creative solutions with your clients, with your prospects, with the business community that you're surrounded by? If you're not, why not? I guarantee you it's not because you genuinely think watching Tiger King on Netflix is more important. It's because you're not focused on others right now like you should be. You're not focused on serving as much as you could be. So I want to challenge you to step up into this leadership position and go, how can I be there for people? Maybe it's reaching out to clients and talking with them, which leads me to the next idea, which is creative brainstorming. Now more than ever, your creative ideas are needed. And if you're watching this and you're a digital marketer, or you're a marketing consultant or a coach, you're full of ideas. My guess is you have great ideas, and that's why businesses hire you. You've probably been learning things that your clients or business owners, as you know, do not know. And maybe they know about some of the ideas, they just don't know how to implement or execute, but they need you right now. And I'll show you how to help them and still ultimately get a financial reward from it when you serve or give your gift first. Okay. I would encourage you to call your clients, if you have clients, and schedule a brainstorming session with them ASAP, where you can brainstorm ideas. You just offer up your consulting time for free. Get on Zoom with them, brainstorm with them, a brainstorming session. I would encourage you to do this with prospects. There's businesses right now, they're twiddling their thumbs, they're focused on themselves, they don't know how to get out of their hole, they don't even know if they're going to have to close, they're trying to figure out how to meet payroll, they're trying to keep their employees, they're trying to figure out, like, how do we come out the other side of this and have a profitable business versus one that's trying to get itself out of debt. There are some things these businesses can do, and if they got to pivot, sometimes they have to think way outside the box. You've seen restaurants who have never offered carryout or delivery before suddenly shift into delivery and carryout services. We've seen medical offices and medical practices shift to telemedicine, doing virtual consultations and virtual medical coaching and consulting, when before they had all kinds of restrictions on that. Now that's being lifted. There's a lot of different areas where some of these businesses can shift. We've seen therapists and counselors who have never offered online therapy and online counseling move into being able to do that with patients. But there's other businesses that don't know how to do that. They don't know how to navigate that landscape. They don't even know how to use Zoom or some of these other technologies where they can offer up value and still continue their business and be paid. That's where you can come in. Now, some of you are like, well, that's outside the realm, Joe, of what I normally coach or consult on. Maybe you need to pivot a little bit, right? This is a time when agency owners and digital consultants tend to pivot or transform their own business, offer something a little bit different in terms of service right now, until we get back to what'll be the new normal, where you can offer up your traditional services, for example. But if you offer, online content marketing or paid advertising, that's still very relevant today, but how you navigate charging your clients might shift, which we'll talk about next. By the way, if you want to challenge yourself to be better at creative thinking, which if you're a creative agency of any sort, my hope would be that you have studied people like Edward de Bono and the Six Thinking Hats, or Thinker Toys by Michael McCalco. I think that Thinker Toys is probably the single best book on creativity that was ever recommended to me by my friend Jeffrey Gitomer. I would encourage you to read that book, get that book. It's inexpensive on Amazon. It's a big book. And normally it's by my side, so I was looking. So let's keep going. So what's another thing you can do? Right now, if you have clients or you still want to get clients, you can get clients still. A lot of agency owners, marketing agencies, they don't know that There's different ways, or maybe you just haven't entertained that there are different ways for clients to ultimately pay you. And it starts with deferring client payments. Take a note from what auto dealerships are doing right now. What are the car dealers doing? What are the car companies, automobile companies doing right now? They're coming on and they're allowing you to defer their monthly car payment. I heard a commercial by Hyundai a couple of weeks ago, and they said the last thing you want to worry about right now is a monthly car payment. So we're going to defer your monthly car payment if you finance through Hyundai for 6 months. 6 months, no car payment. That's amazing. That's a way they're serving their customer, but still able to plant and seed a sale that's coming, money and revenue that's coming in the future by serving and helping right now alleviate some of that pain, but still putting people into a new car. Brilliant. But how can you do that as an agency or as a digital consultant? Well, for example, you might defer your first retainer payment for 60 days. Maybe you do that in exchange of like a 6 or 12 month agreement, to where maybe it's a 6 month agreement, but the client actually will pay in the 7th and 8th month, because the first 2 months you're going to defer and let them have some cushion while they're still figuring out finances and they have to get on the other side of this whole situation that they're in. Maybe that's one thing that you can do. The other way you can do it is you can condense the payments amounts over the term. You just change up the term. You say, listen, it's a 6 month or a 12-month agreement. And the first 2 months we're going to defer and put the 12 months spread out over the last 10 months. Or maybe it's 90 days. You defer for 90 days, but they pay the entire 6 months then up front in month 4. And you're then, of course, finishing out working for them through the term. See, a lot of these businesses, they'll have money. Some of them are going to get business loans. Some of them have loans they're already applying for. There's relief loans that are coming their way, and they see a way out of this. Or they also go, we're okay right now. We just got to watch our spending. So we can't really spend right now, but they also need the help right now. They still need ways, they still need some things they could be doing to get customers. And the same way you are, where they need to still maybe get some clients and businesses or customers now in their business, whatever their business is, or plant the seeds so that way when the time comes, they come out thriving, not just surviving. And by the way, it's a win-win. You come out of this thriving, not surviving too, because you're deferring all these incoming payments that are going to be coming your way when we get on the other side of this. You'll take a little bit of a hit now by helping and serving, but then you'll be rewarded later. There's a couple other ways you can defer payment. You could also take a small upfront deposit that'll cover some of the hard costs that you have. Like I'd call it a good faith deposit from the business you talk to, and then put the bulk of it deferred out 60 to 90 days. There's more about that in my blog article. Another idea that you can do is you could productize your service. This is what a lot of businesses are doing. They're productizing their service. I would encourage you as a digital coach or consultant, this would be the time now to take a piece of what you offer or a certain type of service and put it into course format. And you can use, Kajabi or ClickFunnels or whatever, and put your content into an online program format where you could deliver that to client prospects. You could even say, listen, get the first 2 months of my online 12-month program for free and don't pay until your 60th or 90th day. Where you're actually deferring when they're making a payment for an online program you could create. You could defer that payment. You can maybe productize a piece of it. So say, for example, a client of yours, let's say you sell Facebook advertising services or you offer traffic services, and the way you do it is through Facebook advertising. But that client has more time in their hands to kind of do it themselves right now. So you create a program teaching them how to do it themselves. You teach your philosophies and strategies for Facebook advertising for their small business. You sell them the online program. And by the way, this gives you some leverage. You can sell that to multiple people in that industry or niche. And you don't have to charge your full agency services. You could charge a product price now for that. Maybe it's $1,000 versus if they hire you, it would be $2,000 or $3,000 a month, for example. I would encourage you to think about productizing your service. Okay, another one. We're in a crazy time right now, so you have to change your marketing and change your message. This isn't the time where businesses are looking to scale their business. So it's not about getting new customers, getting new growth and scaling your business. It's about sustaining your business. It's about security and certainty right now for these business owners. Okay. So I want you to think about this for a minute. marketing right now in this time, it's about hope, positivity, solving problems, brainstorming solutions, right? And coming up with creative ideas more than ever before. So that's what your marketing and messaging should be about. Your daily posts, your videos, your content on LinkedIn, your content on Facebook, your content on Instagram, that's what it can be about right now. And also your clients need more touches. They need more care right now. So give that to them and help them think outside of the box of negative challenges. Okay? Lead with value. Focus on positive solutions. Another idea is you evaluate your output versus input. Okay, cut out the news, even cut out email. Like check email once or twice a day. I challenge you to do that. It'll change your life. Checking your phone for news or even social media, checking that once or twice a day will change your life. Turning on the news, never, or once a day for like 15 minutes to catch up, that'll change your life, because the rest of your time can be focused on productive opportunities to go out there and serve and be a leader and a role model like we talked about. So, I'm not here to preach and tell you to turn off the news. I'm just here to encourage you to pay really close attention to what you're putting in versus what you're putting out. Focus on putting out versus taking in. Create before you consume. How's that? Okay. Number 8, focus on your health. This is a time where, because of the situation we're in, you want to go to work on your immune system and keep your energy up. I would encourage you immersing yourself in one of these 90-day health challenges that are out there. All these different companies, nutritional companies, network marketing companies that have these incredible programs allow you to kind of reboot your health. I'm doing one with Chiari right now. It's a 90-day health challenge. If you want to join me in it, let me know, message me, and I'll work with you on it. But I'm starting my day off with a shake and a couple of energy pills. These are highly nutrient dense and nutrient rich multivitamin and mineral shakes and supplements. They give me more energy in the morning. It's also helping me on my own personal weight loss journey. Something like that, and I'm starting that off with every single day. Now, I wasn't doing that before. Now, some of you are like, well, I already do this. This is the time to amp it up if you're not. So I might be preaching to the choir. I get it. But if you're looking for something, then, I can share Chiari, but at the same time, there are a lot of opportunities out there for you to, start eating healthy, exercise. We still can go outside and exercise. We can exercise inside. And, going out there playing with the kids. My kids are playing basketball with me every day. They don't realize they're helping me in part of my daily exercise. But at the end of the day, focus on your health. Your family needs it. Your business needs it. You want to be here strong and confident. In order to be a leader and a role model, your health has to come first. Another idea is to plan your day. Every day, wake up and plan your day. At the start of every week, plan your week. Now, forget about setting yearly goals. In fact, one of my favorite books is The 12-Week Year by Brian Moran. Get more done in 12 weeks than others do in 12 months. It actually sets a frame for what I'm sharing with you right now. But I think right now, how can you, because what happens is when people plan out a year, they kind of wait to the end of the year to really get their butts moving. Okay. But when you're planning out the day, you are setting an intention of what you want to accomplish throughout that day. It helps you focus in on you and on your content and on your service to others that day. Don't watch the news on your calendar. You document what you want to do every single day, and you hold yourself accountable to that. Your life will change if you just plan your day every single morning. After you wake up, get your exercise in or your nutrition or whatever your routine is, plan your day. And that habit has been, life-changing for me and other people that have recommended that to me. It's a great habit to create. Okay, lastly, I always say gratitude trumps complaints. Okay, the good news is, every day we wake up and a decision's ours. We can either be grateful about what we have, or we can complain and focus on the things we may not have, or the health we may not have, or the people we may not have, or the business we may not have. I'll read something Dan Sullivan says. He says, when things turn negative, the consequences of this decision are much greater. Complaining attracts negative thoughts in people. Gratitude creates the opportunity for the best thinking, for your best thinking, actions and results to emerge almost effortlessly. It's an interesting thing happens when you start focusing on the things you're grateful for. For the morning, the minute I wake up in the morning, I stop and I reflect on and oftentimes write it down in my daily planner, things I'm thankful for. Before I go to bed, I recite and redo and do the same thing. So I go to bed thinking about the things I'm blessed with and the things I'm grateful for. And I encourage you to do the same thing. The overarching concept to all of this is your attitude. Okay. And I get daily attitude training in doses from the content, the books I read and the programs I subscribe to. But two resources I'll recommend from Jeffrey Gitomer. He has the book, The Little Gold Book of Yes Attitude. Great book on just how to be positive and frame things with the right attitude with yourself, with your clients, and so on. He's the author of the Sales Bible and Little Red Book of Selling and other best-selling books. But he also has a daily Facebook Live that he does every day where he offers about 10 minutes to 20 minutes of just positive attitude. It's a positive vibe. It's a reframe of your thinking. It's paradigm shifts. And that's the kind of stuff I like to put into my head and things I like to hear and watch online if I am going to spend any of that time. And I would encourage you to do the same thing. He has the URL attitudevirus.com where you can subscribe or to his Facebook updates and be notified. I'm also going to be going live more often and particularly on my Facebook page, and I would encourage you to join me there, ask questions. If you've got some questions, drop them into the comments here. If you have other ideas for how you're helping clients and things that have worked for you, then let's share those and keep me posted. And make sure you subscribe to my channel here. One of my goals and commitments is to put out even more content, more videos, more training, more helpful ideas and strategies to help you and your business and others like you who may be in the digital agency or consulting business or a coach who are looking for ideas for growth right now. I wish you well, and I'm excited to hear some of your comments and feedback.